Oh, hello everybody. How are y'all doing? I didn't realize I was live. Um, I just wanted to come on really quick today. I don't have much time. I got to go to work here in a second. But anyway, a few quick things. Um, a lot has gone on with the Elijah Hadley trial. We have a lot of court dates coming up. If you go to his page, Kristen will explain almost in every post what's going on, what the trials are. Please pay attention to them. Push for your counsel every time you see your counsel. Ask them. Counsel, another thing I wanted to bring up is you all had said that, are you all, I've been told, allegedly, I guess, that you don't want to go to these hearings because I am present and I'm going to be crazy, yada, yada, yada. Please go. If you were to go and the court hearing had already begun, we were proceeding, going forward, moving on with the day, and somebody came in and said, the counsel is here and there's no more room on Elijah Hadley's side, I would gladly get up and give you all my seat to have you all sitting in there. I think you need to understand, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us would give up our seats so you could go in and show your presence, your fight, your voice for Elijah. But being that my show is, it's kind of just a quick update, I guess. I wanted you all to understand you all have a general meeting coming up, I believe, on the 13th. And who knows if that's going to stay scheduled or if they'll move it again, or who knows, because our council does not like transparency. They do not like to tell you all anything. Their crazy Facebook page is just positive what they're doing for their community and yada yada, and it's not any of the stuff that they should be legally telling you, such as your finances. Where's all of your money? Why you're paying taxes on dividend that you should not be paying? Why you have directors that shouldn't be directing? Or where's their qualifications to be in that position? And is it in the best interest, excuse me, of our people? Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have started with this. Facebook, I do not own rights to any music, any shows in the background, anything. I'm not trying to profit from this. I am just trying to get information out to my tribal members. So please do not take down my video. And back to our conversation. You all have a right to know what's going on with your finances, and they do not tell you. Please fight for that. When you're in your general meeting, do not hold back. Do not be afraid. You do not know when you'll get another chance to sit in a general meeting. Good gosh, it's like pulling teeth and nail from these people just to get a general meeting. What is they're legally obligated to do? They are supposed to show, like, they're supposed to tell you all, meet with you all, sit with you all, hear your concerns, everything. Then you wouldn't have me. You all wouldn't have me. They wouldn't have violated my rights, my mother's rights, my grandmother's rights, my daughter's rights, my grandchildren's, all of our rights. If they would just communicate, if they would be transparent, tell you about their finances, the money that they're just throwing around back and forth. Right now, we have a fire going on our reservation. In this general meeting, you all need to bring up this fire because this is the beginning. And we are not in any way prepared. Our tribe has nothing. Stansberry came and said that Thora and Arthur Butch Blazer are pillars for our forestry. Where? Where are they pillars? Because Arthur Butch Blazer has used the Mescalero Apache's name or title for his gain, for his education, for his whole life to this day. He profits off of the Mescalero people while not carrying a drop of blood, but claiming to. Thora, I don't know what happened with you. You went into that position. You promised so much. You campaigned. I drove around. I seen my homeless. I this and that. But yet our homeless are still there. We're actually growing in numbers. And you're putting people in homes. This is what I don't understand. You're putting people in homes that have homes. Adults that have grown children, adult children that live with them. You're giving them new homes while they already have a roof over their head, while their children are already warm. They already have a bedroom. We have people out there with children that are sleeping in the back of a van, that are sleeping in one room sectioned off with blankets. Ask Thora about that, because she really campaigned on that she went out and talked to her people. She's seen the people on her streets, they're homeless, their need. Where is their help? How many years later, where is their help, Thora? We are sitting back watching you help everybody but our people in need. You're clearing off a path up there on, man, that's Ginger's land. I believe that all went to Ginger. So if it went to Ginger when Mom passed, then it goes to Fleta. Isn't that interesting? From Fleta to Ginger to Fleta. But we're clearing off land up there. Is that for you, Thora? For East? For who? I told you all when Thora got in, she's going to take care of hers. Her nepotism is strong. And I told you all, she lives in a little shed right now on the side of the highway. Before her term is up, she'll have a new home, and so will her family. And that's exactly what is happening. With our fire that is happening right now, Thora, council, where are you at, council? Where were you? Were you at a training? Were you needed? Is this something that helps our people? Or was this a vacation you needed? An opportunity to get yourself out on vacation on Mescalero's dime? Because if it were something that pertained to the Mescalero tribe, you should be able to come back. And in that general meeting, the Mescalero members that attend, you should ask your council, what did they learn at that conference? What did all that money spent on their per diem, their room, their tickets, everything? What did they get from that conference? What did they bring back for us? What do we gain? What do we profit? How does that help our homeless, our hungry, our debt? And we shouldn't be in debt. And you all need to realize that. In that general meeting, you need to bring up that to Frizzell. You need to have Frizzell, Alan Kurgan, all of his little nasty pets. You need to have them present in that general meeting. They need to explain where our money is. Where did all of our money go? And why are we so in debt when we're throwing millions around for Frizzell's little fantasies? Ask them. Frizzell needs to be present. That uneducated, expunged drug dealer needs to be present. He is running how many of our entities with zero education, nothing up here, and there's nothing, Frizzell. And I know you watch. I know you watch. You little coward with your... we're just spending money on Frizzell's liposuction, and it's failing. His liposuction, we spent how much on to send you there, to do the surgery, to do all of that, your paid time off, your salary, and it's failing. Ask about that, you all. He could have just got on Ozempic. Okay, so council, where were you all this week? Thora's over here making all kinds of changes without you all. And if that's not correct, then you all can explain that in the general meeting. You all demand that general meeting. Don't let them reschedule it from you, anything. Okay. Thora, did you put the stables director in charge of cow camp? Annabelle Gallegos. Is she now the cow camp director? I would like to know, and so would your people, because you have another fire out there. Where was your son? Where was your son? You really need to answer that. You all need to really ask, where was East? Where was Tyner? Where was Alan Sunderman? Where was any of Tyner's fire crew, his arson crew? Because we haven't caught them. There's no justice. The Sago fire started around noon yesterday. Can you please, excuse me, can you let Tigger out for me, please? The Sago got there at 3. Rodney Pena was out at Rock Canyon blading. Rodney Pena, Luke Signs, Lorenzo Signs, all of them need to be looked into, drug tested on a regular basis. But Rodney Pena, one of our biggest drug kings in Mescalero, was out there blading. He works for the roads department. Roads department finally got out to Whitetail Road about 5 o'clock. These are just, from radio communications, listening to the radio, my nosy butt. Here we go. Whitetail Road, fire reached Whitetail Road about 5 o'clock. Water tender was parked at Mescalero store getting gas about 5 o'clock. Why? Why the delay? If you have no resources, why would you not attack this immediately before it spreads? With our dry conditions, Miss, what are you? Our ambassador for forestry, Thora, and we had no attack on it. It was just a la-di-da, whatever thing. You all have no idea, no care for the devastation that these fires cause. Right now, Wednesday night, they had the whole flood, the buying land proposal, everything. All these people losing property, money, their whole life because of these fires. And there's still no justice, no arson, no investigation. I don't know who the BS FBI that's investigating this, how far up our council's butt you are that you're not catching these arsonists. That speaks a lot, you all. That speaks a lot. Let's get back to this. So the water tender was out there at the store at 5 o'clock getting gas. I don't know how much longer. Let me see, about another 30 minutes before you get out to Whitetail from the store, maybe. And then you have Nick Garcia. Now, understand, we only have like 4 engines in Mescalero on duty. Nick Garcia is on the radio asking what time they're going to get off. Who? Why, Nick? The hand crew will be available the next day, which is today, the afternoon of today. There's going to be a hand crew. I don't know if the hand crew is here yet. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am, please correct me. There's nothing wrong with being incorrect, with being corrected. Nothing. Please tell me I am wrong. Tell me, Thora, John, Montoya, all of you, that you're not failing this bad. Council. Alden Cariz, finally on scene about 5 o'clock. Investigator ordered about 5 o'clock, 5:38. 2 orders for water tenders filled at 6:29. And then we have our famous FMO with no pack test, drunk, fornicating, womanizing harasser, John Montoya. overpaid elder, overweight, overpaid elder, working as an FMO. He's finally on scene at 6:40 last night. And this might be because he is not housed again. He is homeless again, living out of a hotel. His vehicle is parked over there at Christy LaPaz's house with all his belongings. Are you even mentally capable to handle this job, John Montoya? I know you're not physically capable, but are you mentally capable? How does forestry not see this? The danger that you put us in. And then Christy. We'll get back to this. Do any of you that are out there fighting, any of you have your PAC test for this year, your basic trainings, your refresher courses done this year? Because I know they're not scheduled. You haven't had any. Are you going off of last year's? Christy LaPaz, when you were running for council, you really went hard on towers. We're going to fix those towers. We're going to get that funding and get them back up. Where are they? Where are they? You're over here helping a drunk FMO, and I understand why, because half the time when you're not on council, the rumors of your alcohol abuse are insane, embarrassing. Where's our towers, Christy? John Montoya? Sherry Garcia. Why aren't any of you all fighting to protect our land? Your pockets are full, you're happy, your belly's full, your alcohol is lined up and ready for the day, for the night, for the week. What? When are you going to start protecting our homelands? When are we going to get adequate resources to fight these fires that your arsonists are probably going to start? If this is not an arson fire, I want to know what it is. Because we did not ever truly investigate or look for the arson who destroyed the lives, who took lives from Mescalero, from Ruidoso, from Hondo, from Alto. There's just no justice. The justice on the reservation is just insane. There's none. They don't fight for it. They're committing injustice to their own people. I am proof of that. If everyone is on the fire line right now, who is patrolling? Tyner? The arson crew? Who is patrolling? I just don't understand. I do not understand. Melanie Stansberry, she needs to be tagged because she's over here praising Thora and Butch for their great work for the forestry that they do. Yet our fires cause so much devastation. And already again, our fires are starting up. Was it another Mr. Lightning out there again? From maybe, I don't know, a month, 2 months ago? Who knows? Now I want to go over a letter that was given to some of our tenants. I know I did say that my live would be fast, and it is. I got to get going, but I did want to go over that. The importance of everything regarding our resources for our fires that we'll be dealing with all the time. We have dry, hot conditions, very little precipitation, high winds, perfect weather for Tyner and his arson crew. And if you all don't like me calling you that, Tyner, then prove me wrong, because you put up cameras everywhere. You've had the FBI come and question me about fires, not even understanding. You have digital timestamps everywhere now. The stupidity, if you were educated, you'd understand that. Now, Mescalero Apache Tribal Housing Department. Now, I want to know how you go from a bus driver to compliance officer, Jerry Moreno. But I guess we have Alfred to thank for that. Dear tenant, Housing Department will begin random unit checks starting in March 26. This will include rental and or work order areas, housekeeping, and checking that all units have active utilities, water, lights, butane. This letter offers you, the tenant, a chance to be reminded of some important details from the lease agreement you signed at the beginning of your lease. Your rent rate is due on or behalf before the first of the month. It goes on. It's like 4 pages, but I just wanted to explain. They have like the rent highlighted in yellow, housekeeping standards inside. It's just like this whole letter of ridiculousness, because you know, Miss Moreno, that if you go in and your family, your friends, or the council's family and friends are in violations of any of these, you ain't going to do nothing. You will not do nothing. You'll probably lower their rent for them. Maybe you'll take care of it for them. But one thing that I wanted to point out that it says in here, unit inspections. Housing has the right to enter the unit at any reasonable time to perform inspections, repairs, additions, or alterations as may be deemed necessary by housing. And then it's signed by the bus driver, Jerry Moreno, compliance officer. Allowing your staff to go in whenever they want without any permission, just at will, you'll end up in another Joel Antonio case. And I think it was Danny. Or I could be wrong, but you have other housing employees that have went in and are now facing sexual harassment charges, allegations. You might want to go back to the original contract and see what you are violating by your letters that you're signing. Because I do have those. I mean, I'm in the middle of a move, but I did bring over like a lot of the paperwork that I have packed up. I guess I could go through it and look for some original paperwork from these contracts for you all, because I know that that's not right. I know that's a violation of your rights. I understand if there are accusations of partying, maybe if you have accusations of Luke and Lorenzo and Rodney and Jolynn all over there at their units making drugs again, then maybe you have the right to go in without any, reason. You just go right on in. But if you don't have those kind of accusations or reasons to do that, I wouldn't understand why you would do that. You could walk in at any reasonable time to somebody's safe place where they feel safe in their home, where they have a right to feel safe. They could be walking around in their birthday suit and you just decide to send your workers over. And then ta-da, you're over there fighting again for all of these allegations of sexual misconduct. Who knows? Speaking of these allegations of sexual misconduct, Alan Kurgan. Alan Kurgan needs to be terminated and then investigated after he's terminated, because while being investigated, if you put him on investigation while he's employed, you're just going to continue investigating and investigating and investigating. Do you all, during your general meeting, you all need to ask, how many times have we paid behind the door, closed door deals because of Alan's sexual harassment, because of Frizzell's harassments, all of them. And Frizzell needs to be present in that meeting, sitting right beside that big old Alan Kurgan. And he can't just, where the numbers say. No, he needs to sit there and have some knowledge. Speak some knowledge from your chest, Frizzell. At the football games, Frizzell likes to put his chest out with his wife, that Cassie Beck lady, and act like he's tough, yelling at me. But when we're alone and there's nobody around, Frizzell has nothing to say. He's just like he is in front of all of you in that general meeting. Give him a donut and a soda and ask him these questions. Let him eat as he answers, and it'll help calm his nerves because he needs to start answering. There's no excuse. I brought up the housing and the entering at any time you want because I was told that Dorlin Simmons, and BIA victims advocate Robin Simmons Aguilar are now walking into people's homes whenever they please. I guess they are having issues with their daughter/sister wanting to go and be an adult on her own. Dorlin does not like that she's going out and drinking or maybe fornicating, adulterating. I'm not sure. But Dorlin, you're the last person to say anything, considering you have committed so much adultery and so has your daughter. Your daughter is the former Miss Mescalero who fought for her crown because she got caught as a liaison for girls during Indian Club field trips sleeping with another boy. You two are the last people that should be barging in anybody's house demanding anything, calling anybody names. All of this goes together. You all have rights and you need to address this in your general meeting. I have to cut my video very short because I do have to get to work. But you all need to understand that during this general meeting, you need to stand up for your rights, ask questions, demand answers. Fight. Fight for your land, your tribe, your reservation. 20 plus human-caused fires on the reservation since 2025. Homeland Security, New Mexico federal agencies need to be notified. I'm not sure why. We've had so many investigators here for this fire, and it seems like they're just all paid out. I don't know. I don't know what else it could be, but if y'all have any ideas, let me know. But you do need to ask, where was Tyner yesterday when these fires started? Where was Alan Sunderman when these fires started? Where was East Padilla when these fires started? Because to my understanding, they're moving his new girlfriend. Is that correct? Is that your new girlfriend? The new director for Cow Camp is your new girlfriend? After Rita bought you a truck, and you took her son into the tipi his whole young life, calling him my boy, my son, you just left them for another woman? I'm telling you when I say East is not a man. You have been allowing women to support you forever to this very day. That is some embarrassment right there. You took him into the tipi and you called him your son, and you just dropped them. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but Rita is beautiful. And this one, is it the money? Do you all get to move into that home out there that was for the director? Because that's around where the fire started. Are y'all moving? Excuse me. I did hear that. Oh, good morning. I have to cut my video short, but East Thunder, is that your new girlfriend? The woman your mom made a new director for Cow Camp. The woman who is already the director for the stables at the End of the Mountain Gods is your new girlfriend. You all need to ask that because you have qualified tribal members that could have done that job. Bring up Detsoy. How much money did we waste on Detsoy while he faced 23 felonies, federal charges for violations to people's rights? And we moved him here. We paid for moving fees, his home while he was here, his salary. What was his salary? What did we waste on Detsoy? Chief Judge, I can't think of your name right now. And I feel like the representation that I was given of you, of your characteristics, was very misleading. Um, but anyway, the characteristics regarding your judgments and how you are not following the laws is quite questionable. So ask that as well, counsel or counsel, Mescalero people. Ask your counsel when they're going to start fighting for you, protecting you, protecting your rights, your land, your life. I'm one woman. You're a whole nation that will be sitting in front of the council. Don't be afraid of them. Stand up to them. Demand answers. This is your money they're blowing. Your tribe they're losing. I will be doing another live soon, but I just thought it was important that you all understand how dangerous our fire situation is, the resources that are not there. Lauren Gallarito was almost Annabelle Gallegos' lucky man, is the rumor. Annabelle Gallegos, you did get away from that one because Lauren is not the one. That's a child molester. Lauren raped a child under the age of 13. Lauren Gallarito, he is a rapist. I will say that to his face. Why he is not behind bars, you ask his cousin, victims advocate, BIA victims advocate, Robin Aguilar. She doesn't advocate for anybody but her family. Rapist and all. Lauren, DeVerne. Good morning, Tree. Love you all. Can't wait to see you guys. You all have a great day. Please share my content. Stand up, y'all. Use your voice. Remember, you're Mescalero Apache. You're not a vouched for Apache. You're not an embarrassed Apache, Pueblo playing Apache, Blazer playing Apache. You are Mescalero Apache. Remember that. Why would you be afraid? Why would you not stand up? Y'all have a great day. Please stay warm.